You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 15th, 2024 joint meeting of the Michigan City Redevelopment Authority, Building Corporation, and Economic Development Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott York, Director of Planning and Redevelopment for City of Michigan City. Today is Tuesday, February 15th, 2024. It's Thursday, February 15th, 2024. It is 4:10 p.m. local time. I'll call this meeting to order, and I'll do a roll call for the Building Corporation.
It doesn't matter, you're gonna do the same thing. We have 2 members present for each of the 3 boards, so flip a coin and pick whichever one you want to go first.
Let's do the Authority, Redevelopment Authority first. I guess I will call for a vote.
First thing is just who wants the nomination must be president, and then
Yeah, let's call for nominations I'll call for first for a nomination for president.
I'll nominate Dick Walls for president.
Gotta second it, I guess.
Okay. Nick, are you willing to serve?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other nominations? Well, I'll just close nominations. Take a vote.
All in favor?
All are in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's a wrong board.
22 members.
Hold on.
This is for support of community.
Yes.
All right, Nick, I'm going to hand it over to you to run the rest of this meeting.
Okay, so I guess we could close the. We should be able to close the Development Authority's meeting.
Well, our
Vice President.
Vice President, election for Vice President.
There will not be any. We will hold the election for Secretary Treasurer
Okay.
because we're a person short.
Yes, we
So
are.
we have no.
And I have let the mayor know we're a person short, and we will try to fill that position.
Okay. That's good. And I will nominate Phil Latchford for Secretary Treasurer.
I'll accept.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we have the election of officers
Okay.
for the Redevelopment Authority.
And then the only business, again, this is kind of what I said when I first walked in, the only business then would be, given the situation that Mark Yagelski presented as related for the Economic Development Commission, he couldn't be here today, but he wanted to appear remotely. And the statute says you need to have a policy for that. So I went ahead and developed policies for all 3 boards that would allow, and there's really nothing magical about it, it's just simply if I'm being completely honest, there's nothing more than regurgitation of the statute and a little creativity thrown in there, but just to make sure that it applied to which board. So if you want to, and we get a 3rd person, just better be safe than sorry. If you want to have a policy for that, you need to. If you want to ever permit that in the future, the statute says you have to have a policy that's been approved. So you can take that up if you want to. You don't have to take that up, but you have it if you want to. If you want to read it and do it at the next meeting, whatever you want to do.
I mean, my initial reaction is, although I'd like to just approve it, is maybe we should read it. You didn't get a chance.
So if we're
Just reading it. But if you
I was just gonna say, if we're gonna do that, then and we want to take some time to review it. I really think we should have this policy in place, so maybe we need to schedule another meeting where we can approve this, because I think it would give us some flexibility with with members. And
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
so instead of having, because we typically only meet maybe a couple times a year if we have business, let's make this business where we can meet again and get this in place.
Okay, because I do have a hesitancy, just
That's fine.
no reflection on anybody. But
Well, and when you go through and you're reading it, you'll see there's some things that are bending given the infrequency in which we meet.
okay.
There are certain things within the statute that says that a person can miss no more than 2 consecutive meetings. Well, that would be the total number of meetings we have a year. So,
Correct.
And unless you're sick or have some health condition.
unless, or in the military or, right.
So there's ways around.
There's ways.
that allow this policy to work.
So anyways, whatever, that's fine. So this probably would be best just to read it as a draft, and then we can make, if you got ideas on how to make it more applicable to the various boards, we can do it that way too.
Yeah, so that's that then, with that being tabled for now to be considered at a future meeting. I think that concludes the Development Authority's
Their minutes.
uh,
Are you gonna do that
Agenda.
at the regular meeting?
Motion to adjourn?
You have your minutes to approve too.
Oh, yeah.
for the building corp. Do we have minutes for?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Authorities were already done. You're right.
Yeah,
yeah, authority's done.
yeah.
So we're on to the building corporation, so we should adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
So move.
And all in favor? Aye. Should we move right on to the building corp?
Yeah, so I'll open up again, this is, look, I'll start over. I'm Skylar York. I'm the Director of Planning and Redevelopment for the City of Michigan City. Today is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. The local time is 4:15. I will open up our first meeting for 2024 for the Building Corporation, and I will accept nominations for a president, and then after that a vice president.
I'll nominate Nick Walls for president.
I'll second.
Nick, you
Hold the vote.
call for the vote.
All in favor? Aye.
Very important.
Okay, now the vice president, we have an open position and no candidates. Would prefer that Phil be the secretary treasurer
Fair enough.
for our signature and other things. I think it makes sense. And I'll nominate Phil Flatchford for the secretary treasurer of the building corporation.
I'll accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we do have minutes for this. Our last minutes were from Tuesday of July 11th, 2023. I take it you guys have all read this.
So next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting.
Motion to approve?
The building corporation minutes. Have a motion to approve for the minutes of July 11th, 2023. You gonna approve? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
It's approved, motion approved. That's it, so.
Also, before you leave, please sign. We also want to do a policy for this one too.
Yeah.
So we want to consider the same policy of
Yes.
meeting virtually for this.
And we will conduct that at a separate meeting.
Absolutely. That's good. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn? Second.
Well run.
Second. Anything under 5 minutes works.
All right, so I'll start over again. My name is Skylar York. I'm the Director of Planning and Redevelopment for the City of Michigan City. Today is Thursday, February 15th, 2024. The local time is 4:20 p.m. This is our first meeting of the year for the Economic Development Commission for the City of Michigan City. I will at this time open up the floor for nominations for president of the Economic Development Commission. Do I have a nomination for president?
Just telling you, willing to serve. You were vice president last year.
Yeah.
And given the number of meetings, I know that was a big concern just because of your commitments, but I'd be inclined to nominate you if you're willing to accept.
I accept the nomination.
Do you have to second that?
Should have to second it
A
too.
second.
Yes.
Okay, I'll call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, Ms. Tillman, you are the new president of the Economic Development Corporation. Would you like to take the meeting and ask for secretary?
Yes, I would like to open up nominations for vice president.
Yeah, we can make sure we put a label on someone who's not here. I would like to nominate Mr. Yagelski for vice president.
I'll second.
That's what happens when you don't show up. No, I was just about to say no. It's okay.
We would have, but I'm thinking about signatures. So
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I don't think he would turn it down.
No, I don't
I
either.
think he would.
he was president
Yeah,
last year.
I think he would serve.
Okay. If there are no other nominations for vice president, with the acceptance of Mr. Mark Yagelski accepting the position of vice president, it will stand upon his return to our next meeting.
Yeah, probably so.
Moving on, opening up nominations for secretary for the Economic Development Commission. Are there any nominations? I would like to nominate Mr. Christopher Willoughby.
Sure.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye. None opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations again. Moving on, approval of the minutes for the Economic Development Commission for August 1st, 2023. Is there a motion to accept?
I make the motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed? Minutes approved.
And then,
Madam President, I would be inclined if you were to consider, I've had an opportunity to review these. They're pretty standard with regard to what the city, other boards, commissions adopt. So I would be inclined to make a motion to approve the policy as suggested by Attorney Cyranek.
I accept that motion to approve the policy establishment for the procedures for the members of the Economic Development Commission to participate in public meetings by electronic means. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Motion carries.
Now Mark can go on vacation.
there is no other business tonight to attend to.
Anybody, would you like an update on where we are with the train project? Or no?
Do you want to adjourn, or do you want to do it during public?
However you want to do it, however they want to do it.
How would you like to do
I
it?
figured, geez, we put you guys all together and do the important business so we can get the train thing going.
Comments or any,
You can go through that. You want to say we're in general discussion, maybe, and then we'll have public comments.
We are currently now in general comments and open up to any public comments at this time.
So we'll give you guys an update because these boards all have, I think all of them have participated in the train station. It was a large project. We have closed on the land. We've closed, Flaherty & Collins has closed on their construction loan. The bond is in place. We are currently, the project is starting. We're in the process of awarding a few more bids. Contracts. You'll start seeing flat concrete go in soon, meaning the foundations and all those things. They have already been out on site compacting the land and preparing it for foundations. It's going to be a large building, so they're making sure that we're prepping the ground first. They've put some aggregate in the ground as well, and those foundations will sit on that aggregate. And then March 1st, you'll start seeing, if you drive down Wabash, you'll start seeing a lot of pieces of concrete being stored there and numbered and labeled. They will bring it all up, store, and then from the storage area load onto Wabash, up Wabash, across 10th, and they will have a crane. You'll see a crane go up probably in the next week or two, and that crane will lift off, and then they will start stacking up the garage. It's a precast building. They will stack it, and then probably shortly thereafter, once that structure is up, they'll start on the second structure to get some type of economics of scale there. But all the funding is in place for the project. I think the mayor and all the redevelopment commission, we do appreciate everyone's effort and time with this. It was a big lift for the city, so I appreciate it. And for me as the director, anything else that I'm forgetting, Alan, of importance, I glanced over that.
Yeah, and the most important thing is what caused the biggest heartburn was all of the moving pieces as it related to getting all the funding, the Flaherty Collins with their construction loan, us with the bond, and then tying that all together, just to kind of, as if there wasn't enough heartburn with the entire process. On the day closing was supposed to occur on Flaherty Collins construction loan, their title company, I forget which one, First American, was part of a worldwide hack.
A ransomware.
A ransomware attack, delaying the closing a couple of days. So
we were all rushing to the finish line right before Christmas, and we were on the 26th of December.
Yeah.
We couldn't close.
And the biggest thing was to make sure it got closed like before December 31st, before the new year started, then because that creates everything all over again. So, but we did. We got it done. It was everything. All the hard stuff, as far as the financial part, is in place.
It's all in place.
And there were so many big ifs on all of that, and those big ifs have been.
And that's more complex than the construction, I think.
Oh my gosh.
I think
so too, actually.
That's the foundation for the contract. For the
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so now we can hopefully just sit back and no problems, no ransomware attacks, just
seeing something be built. We will have a groundbreaking on March 14th. We'll be on site, and it will be a real groundbreaking. We will break ground there. You'll probably see backhoes in the ground. And so there will be a groundbreaking that day. We'll be there at 11 o'clock, and I'll make sure you guys get a note on that. So
You could have had it the 17th.
yeah, then you went out.
I have one question, and this is probably just for the public. So when they're in the process of getting ready to start bringing in the material, will there be any more information given as far as road closures and things of that nature?
Good question. Excellent question. We will be flyering Wabash Street once we start, because Wabash, with the size of the loads coming through, not necessarily the length, just to make sure that we have enough turning radiuses and things, we will be flipping Wabash to a one-way north just for the hours of setting. So it'll probably be from, say, 7 to 3 or something like that. It's not all day and it's not forever. It'll only be the days we're setting. Setting meaning lifting off and stacking. We will have to flyer that name flyer. We committed to flyer 10th Street and Wabash Street, and I'm working with Dave Albers, who's the on-site manager, local guy here. Flaherty is hired, and he's very much aware of that, and we will be flyering and making sure, working with police to make sure, hey, we need cars moved. We want to do it during the day, and we don't want to do it all day, because we figure during the day people are at work. By 3 o'clock, by 5, they're probably coming back. So if we can be done by 3, and then we're not stacking at night or anything of that nature, it's just, do it at night. Yeah. So we have to do that. We won't do that until we get a little bit closer to actual set time, probably 2 weeks prior, because we don't want to do it now and then people forget. We want to make sure we hit that sweet spot of like, hey, this is going to happen in 2 weeks. We need to be preparing. You're going to see a flip of the road, and then they will have flaggers with them when they start bringing these pieces in, and when they transport them, there will be a flagging situation happening, and we are working with our local police to make sure all that is coordinated. It's a big coordination effort of moving these pieces through the city, especially in downtown situations. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah. What else public wise? I can't think of any other public notices that'll go out. That's really once it's set, there's going to be a little bit of heartburn or heartache through the city until we get this thing stacked, the building stacked up. But once we're set, the streets will go back to normal. We will just be doing finishing work in there. But 10th Street's probably going to stay closed for quite a while. I mean, we're probably looking at an 18 to 24 month closure of 10th Street in between the two Pine and Franklin, unfortunately. We did flyer everyone that lived there, made sure they know. I've talked to the businesses there. The diner's gotten bought, so it's getting rehabbed on the corner. So they're very well. We worked with the salon at the other end. Josh knows what we're doing. We've tried to be as open as we can be, to making sure people know what's going on. And it's a long closure. So, what else? Any other questions about the project?
How long for the tilt up of the precast?
I think into March. If I'm being honest, I think into March. I think the pieces slabs come in into this month, 1st of March, while they're prepping concrete on site. And I think tilt up will go, I think they'll start setting. Well, they'll have to bring the crane in, get all that in, and then start set. I think into March. Okay. That's what I think. I think they're being a little aggressive, but I think into March.
Yeah.
There's always some type of holdup, and who knows if it's going to snow or what the weather's going to do.
Skylar, do you remember the rate on the bonds?
Yeah. You would ask me that.
5.5%.
Yeah, we actually did very well. We saved $2.5 million.
$2.5 million over the life of the
Yeah,
bonds.
over the life
We
of
were
the bond.
expecting somewhere over 7.
We were counting 6 to 7, or 6.5 to 7, and we hit lower, so we saved $2.5 million over the life of the bond. And we only had 2 responses, so we were very nervous. And they were actually both good,
Both of them were.
but one of them was very good, very favorable.
So we said sold. As soon as I said it. No hesitation.
Closes.
Don't change your mind.
Right.
No wonder bonds don't offset equity losses anymore.
So we did very well. We were very pleased with because we were we were a little nervous. So
Yeah.
what else? Any other questions, Chrissy? Anything?
Nothing.
I'm just ready to see it start going up. It's just been a very slow process, but development for the public, development's very slow, and then once it starts going, it'll go fast. So just bear with us. Anything else? Public comment?
If there's no other public comments, anyone from the round table, those that's in attendance? If there are none, a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion. I make that motion.
A second.
All right. Thank you all for coming. Sorry I was late.
You.